shot. May for the win. North Carolina. An incredible shot. Major Onions.
Those two from a couple of seasons ago were indeed classics. And the CBS Sports Classic Game 2 brings us the same two teams, Kentucky and North Carolina, in our doubleheader here from United Center in Chicago. There's a lot of blue in the building, be it Kentucky blue or Carolina blue. Welcome back, everybody. Brad Nessler, Bill Raftery, Jamie will be along in a couple of minutes. We had the opportunity to see that three-pointer 2 years ago. You and I called it. And then you and Jim and Grant saw the recap. And the second game, a two-pointer, 75-73. Here we go again.
I'll only be satisfied if we have the same type of game.
Well,
I won't settle for anything less.
Exactly. But Kentucky right now, you know, ranked 19th in the country, and you don't say Kentucky without super freshmen, right?
They seem to just churn them out. Really talented. Keldon Johnson, one of those guys you allude to. Two sensational programs stacked with youngsters who can perform. He can take it to the rim, has a good feel there, but I just love his ability to make shots deep. He can drag the D, open it up for others, and particularly their inside game.
North Carolina, number 9 in the country, and when you talk about North Carolina, you talk about senior leadership, but they got a young guy that's pretty strong too.
Ooh, May, and why not? He makes big shots. Preseason Player of the Year prediction, his ability to make the jump, of course, in mid-range post-up, and the other side, that little guy, you can hear a lot about Kobe White. He can decimate in the lane.
Let's take a look at our AT&T fast analysis.
And the ability to shoot the basketball, something that Cam does, but we also know he can put it on the deck, break you down with that opportunity, but really can help the inside game, which I think is very important tonight for Carolina. He loves that corner J, and how about this, PJ? Don't sleep on the ISO. They put him on the elbow. He's got some range. He's got some power game. Let's see if they take advantage of him around that rim.
Two programs that combined have 250 NCAA tournament game victories. Today it's regular season, but it's Kentucky and it's North Carolina. It's the SEC and the ACC. Game 2, CBS Sports Classic coming up. The CBS Sports Classic is sponsored by AT&T. More for your thing. That's our thing. Buffalo Wild Wings. Try our game day menu. And by America's Navy. Sailors aren't born, they're forged. Kentucky and North Carolina set to do battle here in Chicago. John Calipari, Naismith Hall of Fame class of 2015 at his 10th year, and here's his starting lineup. Ashton Hagens, Tyler Hero, Keldon Johnson in the backcourt, P.J. Washington and Reed Travis up front. And for the Tar Heels of North Carolina, Kenny Williams, Kobe White, Cameron Johnson, backcourt, Luke May, Garrison Brooks up front for Roy Williams, Naismith Hall of Fame class 2007. Not very often you can get two Hall of Famers together, and I'm sitting next to one as well.
Not quite in our league, I'll tell you that. But two guys we didn't say much about. Tyler Hero, big-time offensive player. I think he's key. And, of course, on the other side, Kenny Williams making some shots would be helpful for Carolina.
Pat Evans, Chris Rastatter, and Ted Valentine. There's the all-time series. 25th time getting together as ranked opponents, in this case number 9 against number 19. All set for the Cats and the Heels, and it'll be North Carolina first.
Kentucky Wildcats. Brad, go. A little nice denial.
A little nice denial man-to-man by Washington.
Got to get a better angle for that entry. Bring that dribble down here. You get a little easier opportunity. Drop step, maybe a goal.
Kobe White will inbound. Back on top to May. And here's the steal by Ashton Hagens. And the easy one for the freshman.
Well, both like to go up and down. See if Kentucky can keep up with this pace, particularly in defensive transition.
And on the reverse layup, nice move by Cameron Johnson.
Well, that's why he's a tough out. Number of ways he can beat you.
Johnson, the leading scorer for the Heels at just under 17 a game.
See if they go to Reed on the little. Loves to lock low, power around the rim.
Keldon Johnson, baseline drive, has to get it back on front to Hero for three.
Boy, he makes that. He's getting everything else he can do. Uses screens, curls.
Freshman out of Milwaukee knocks down the triple.
And getting better. 28%. I think he's going to go up as the year progresses from three.
Inside, Luke May, hook shots a little short. Hero with the rebound. Ashton Haggins on the drive, the kick out, baseline three, no good. And the rebound is Kenny Williams.
Nice.
Williams ahead to May. Thought he was going to be in too deep, but he got it.
John Calipari yesterday saying everybody's got to run the floor, bigs, and it's going to be all game long, all 20 and then 20 more.
And you heard the chant from Raft earlier, and you heard it from the fans. Luke May, here's Hero three. That one in and out.
I just love that kid's game. Some of those on their summer trip.
He was so good early in the Bahama exhibition games that everybody expected him to score 25 a game. Not going to happen in the regular season. White can't connect inside. And Haggins on the fly.
Nice
inside. Run. Travis got it.
Tip for tat. Had the ability to get down the floor. Reed. Big, strong kid. And Travis had a Stanford with a degree. You got a pedigree around that rim, let me tell you.
Nothing like a Stanford degree and then play basketball at Kentucky your final year as a grad.
That would transfer a few dreams.
Yeah, I'd say. Three-point play for Reed Travis.
Little three-quarter look here, and nice defense in the back.
Ahead, Hero on the drive. Coming back the other way, the Tar Heels. Williams ran into some traffic, got it to Johnson now. Hot potato inside, and Carolina turns it over back-to-back trips. And offensive foul.
Once you extend that arm, both teams have to recognize and get back. Roy's guys are relentless. And Kenny Williams move. You can be moving. Nice read defensively. And anytime, look at that arm.
Wide open, Kenny Williams. Got it.
He does that. They are tough. Hagan's great at getting into that laning. So he's breaking down, decimating that D.
P.J. Washington, the kick out. Here's the three. Reed Travis.
How about that? He can beat you in a lot of spots, around 50% thus far.
It's only his fifth of the year, but it's a big one there. Fadeaway goes, and we're up and down the court. That's Garrison Brooks.
Well, they get anything from that center spot offensively. A dangerous weapon.
Hero around a Washington pick, gets it right back to P.J., and he walked with it.
Well, it's tough to have a crossover move anymore. You really got to make sure you put the ball down before you cross over.
So Carolina a chance to tie or lead this trip. Kobe White's going to take it.
Oh, tough shot. Playing nicely within the rhythm. Quick check.
Quick move by Travis. Draws the foul.
It's not that he didn't come with credentials.
No.
Pac-12.
Two-time All-Pac-12.
that sort of gets your eyebrows raised a little bit, but you can just see he's a lot quicker than that body portrays.
And there's the numbers. Three-time captain, two-time first-team All-Pac-12. And at the free throw line, in and out that time. But when he got to Kentucky, first thing that John Calipari said, hey, you know what? Our style of play, you might want to drop some pounds. And he dropped about 25. And he looks spectacular.
Well, he looks lean, actually, compared to last year.
Got the second. So 7 quick ones for Reed Travis.
He gives him such maturity back there, too, Travis Reed.
Baseline drive by Johnson. Got it.
Nice adjustment. Boy, he is such a tough player. The myriad of things he can perform. Nice roll.
Nice lob inside to kick out the extra pass. Hero, the quick move, might have gotten away with a walk. His fadeaway jumper off the mark. Luke May ahead to Kenny Williams. Williams is going to take it himself.
Well, you better get the respirator out. These clubs go, huh?
P.J. Washington. Kenny Williams off the miss.
Depth's going to be very important. You keep up this high-energy play.
Luke May backs in, drop step to the baseline. Missed the shot in close. Kept alive, though, and score it for Sterling Manley.
Nice little combo, those two thus far, the two centers.
North Carolina has its first lead. Saw the offensive rebounding margin for North Carolina. They have the best rebounding margin in the country at +14. Hero tipped out of there. Cameron Johnson 3-on-2 for Carolina.
Pretty.
And Kentucky stripped it back from him.
How about the hands? Goodness. Put the valuables away. You're going to go home empty.
Like ref said, get out the respirator. Back and forth we go. And then Sterling Manley inside. A Manley move. Carolina by 1.
Travis leading all scorers. Kentucky still trailing by 1 as we welcome you back to Chicago. You mentioned Reed has that degree from Stanford already, but let's just say he's getting his PhD in basketball from Kentucky. He told me he credits the rule that allowed him to go through that pre-draft process to find out what he needed to improve his pro game. And when he found out, he knew he needed to come to Kentucky. However, leadership is one of those intangibles he didn't need to work on. Coach Calipari said within this last week, he has actually asked Reed to step up and help these freshmen. Reed said he wanted to come in quiet and learn the system. Well, now Coach Cal needs him to become the leader that he became at Stanford and apply it to Kentucky.
You know, the young guys call him old head. He's going to be 23 by the time the NCAA tournament rolls around, so he is something different. I've probably done 200 Kentucky games. I haven't done a lot of them where they have seniors on the team. Just doesn't happen.
Well, Cal finally has somebody his age.
Somebody he can relate to, same music. Baseline jumper, rebound, off to Manley.
Good job, Brooks, with those 2 early fouls. This is the early offense. Tough for a big guy to handle that.
Yep. And Williams goes to the deck to save it, and possession arrow going to be to Kentucky. If you're looking for a sports network without yelling and hot takes, I suggest you try CBS Sports HQ 24/7 network, committed to making you a smarter fan. News, stats, highlights, picks, fantasy advice. It's always on. It's always free. Watch on the CBS Sports app now.
You know, Luke missing that open shot. He just fades a little bit, which hurts him on occasion. Good shooter. Seems to be knocking him down with regularity. 31% from 3. So pretty darn good. Really active without the basketball. Use that bump.
Three-pointer won't go or quickly.
Montgomery applying that screen. May loads up early, caused the foul on Montgomery. You got to be ready. Luke ducks in. Good at the box. Good about 10 feet at mid-post. All starts with running the floor and getting yourself in position.
Inbounds to Johnson. Williams thought about a 3 and now penetrates for a floater. He got it.
Nice job. Get him the bite, put it on the deck.
Carolina by 3.
Richard's very good at the rim.
Oops, Montgomery lost the handle. Tried to save it. It's over and back. Couldn't quite keep it in midair.
It's amazing, Cal, every year, though. Has to introduce himself to these guys.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
And every year it's something new, but he loves this crew. He says they really work and practice. That's what he likes to see. And
he wants to really be tough defensively because he knows the offense is going to come with his talent.
7th Woods.
Back up point.
May now works for a turnaround jumper.
Left shot. Pretty good D with that length of Montgomery. Tough to see.
Nick Richards with the rebound for Kentucky, and that's Ashton Hagens on the drive and the follow by Montgomery.
Yeah, he and Richards right around the rim.
And Woods, well, he palmed it, I thought, but
I thought the hand was on top.
And back-to-back rebounds for Nick Richards. Here comes Hagens again. He's up and try this one more time.
Not afraid to go to the rim.
Seventh Woods on the other end got the foul. Let's see. Here's where the ball sort of took off on him. Oh, I guess he kept it on.
Yeah, he let the ball come back to him.
Ashton Hagens at the free throw line. Freshman out of Cartersville, Georgia. Mr. Basketball in the state of Georgia. Had committed, in fact, to play at Georgia until Mark Fox was relieved of the head coaching spot there, and then ends up at Kentucky, and now he's a starter at point guard.
Now, I know you're from that state. You didn't have his speed as a kid, though.
I did not.
No, my goodness, can he explode?
I mentioned Cartersville, another pretty good player who will be in action in the next week. Trevor Lawrence, the Clemson quarterback. He and Trevor were boyhood chums in Cartersville. Clemson's got a date with Notre Dame coming up.
The Irish.
Down in a low block. Manley working against Richards. Wants it back. Woods on the drive. Right hand didn't go. And Reed Travis got an elbow from Woods after the rebound.
Well, that shows you the toughness of Travis, though. Just in the right spot. Some strength. Woo. Unfazed by this. Goodness. Becky Marciano wouldn't hit you that hard. Floyd Patton, am I dating myself?
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm with you. I don't know if everybody is. If not, Google it, everybody.
You're very good coming off those screens, and they try and load up. Nice job extricating the big guy from the box.
Travis to kick out. Wants it back, got it back, and blocked. Second chance by Richards, and another attempt by Travis. So this time he'll get to the free throw line.
That's where he's tough on that repost, but that's what Richards brings to the floor. The ability around the rim. Just really good understanding of how to get it inside to the big sky. Really nice left hand. Defense prevails, but scrappy play, the ability around the rim.
Monday on CBS, hang out with TV's Funniest Neighbors, new hit comedy starring Cedric the Entertainer and Max Greenfield. My favorite new show, The Neighborhood. Back-to-back episodes, Monday, 8, 7 Central, only CBS.
You're going to be able to motor, and particularly for big guys, there's a lot of stress and strain. If you don't help him recover, you've got to play till he gets back. And a nice read, and same with the counter here. A little giveaway at the rim, but Reed Travis, you talked about losing the weight. This kid is as industrious around the rim, aggressive, really knows that post position and how to beat his guy.
And the other thing, at the next level, you have to be able to hit the perimeter shot, and he's already got a 3, and he had to work on that as well. He's back at the free throw line.
Yeah, bigs are a thing of the past. They just bulk up on that low block, aren't they?
Trying to go after his miss. Get the rebound off to Kenny Williams. Kentucky edges back in front by 1.
Black playing the small forward. He's a little backup point on occasion. This is the kid I'd like to see get going. He's got a good middle game.
Nasir Little, the freshman, highly touted, coming in. Here's the other freshman we talked about, Kobe White.
He can get it going. No question about it. Every once in a while, judgment has to prevail. Maybe a sloppy turnover here and there, but this kid, he's got a little spice to his game.
The Texas game, he went off for 33, including 7 threes, so he is a scorer when he puts his mind to it.
When you go off in Vegas, you are rolling them.
Johnson for three. Got it.
There we go. Stretch.
Coming off a 24-point game against Utah, and Keldon Johnson in the scorebook for the first time with a triple.
How about that 6 threes, too? If you're a big guy, you love it because they got a great passing opportunity when he's on the same size as the center.
Here's Little. Triple. Too strong. Rebound off the backside of Kentucky. Hero. Pull up three. Got it. Nope.
You're right. He thought so, too. I thought you were his dad there for a minute.
Back-to-back threes halfway home and come back out.
I love the way they're officiating, too. They're letting them play unless it's really called for.
So halfway through half number one, Kentucky by 2.
No coach ever told me what Cal told Johnson yesterday. If you're free, let it fly.
That's right.
I never heard that. He loves that little middle game. Thinks he can beat him with the bounce.
Going against the big guy. And it's rejected by Travis.
Nice help side defense. Salivating waiting for that one. A lot of subs coming in. The pace has been really demanding.
He'll try a three. This one's an air ball. And we had a whistle and a foul underneath.
I'll always be alert. Always helping your neighbor. Good understanding. It's in the corner. You split the basket. Nice angle to come in and assist. Richard's doing a good job containing. And just the understanding of getting in that lane. If you overhelp on White, he can find some people. But this is a guy who can light it up. A little nervous twitch as well, I think.
He's got a little triple there on the jersey.
Sometimes guys don't know we can score. Or keep score, I should say.
Keep score. They work it around the perimeter, and then a walk by Higgins. Turnover number 5 against Kentucky.
Pretty solid play. I guess he forgot to put it down early enough. They're taking again. This kid can score, and Roy wants him to shoot if he gets the opportunity. He didn't.
Hero bumps. Johnson wouldn't have had to. Picks up his first foul. Tomorrow, 60 Minutes explores a small island nation in the Mediterranean with mythic past. What kind of history is it making today? Plus, running with the Wolves of Yellowstone. That's tomorrow on 60 Minutes.
What an addition this kid's been. He's finally healthy, totally. Cam Johnson out of Pittsburgh.
He had some issues with his hip and then his shoulder, and kind of everything is hurt, but he's coming off a huge game against Gonzaga with 25. Jamie?
Yeah, it was a year ago today. He was just a couple days removed from knee surgery. He said, it used to take me so long to warm up that by the time I hit halftime, I was back at ground zero. He never realized how much when his body got cold, that's how he would overthink.
Boy, first half for Reed Travis has been something.
And it's just the ability to make plays so important. You got P.J. Washington, but the read here enables him to have a bailout pass. Pretty tough combo. You got to hug him on the foul line, and the combo. Power brokers.
And a three-point play.
You get a guy like Reed, there's not a whole lot of teaching that goes on. Just reinforcement. Just has a feel.
Lotak feeds it inside, gets it back. Thought about a long three, and now he's fouled on a drive by Higgins.
Well, they know he can shoot.
Look at the records through 349 games for Kentucky coaches. A legendary Adolph Rupp.
He didn't have the wardrobe Cal had, I guess.
No, not exactly, but 284 to 283. One game difference. That's amazing.
I met Adolph in the late 50s, and I'll tell you, it was awesome. But it's so impressive. You know, it'd be like meeting John Wooden in those days.
Yep, exactly. Lotak on a drive, and it rejected by P.J. Washington.
You got to bring it all against these inside guys. Nice give.
Extra pass, three-pointer, off the mark. And the rebound pulled down by North Carolina's Garrison Brooks.
That's why you run the floor to get back and be in position to rebound. Nice denial
There's the overplay by Higgins again, and he twisted his ankle a little bit on that one.
Got to go without it.
And again, played the passing lane beautifully.
Nice hustle, heads up play.
The lob underneath. So Higgins does it on one end with a rebound or a steal, and then the assist, and he's still limping out there right now.
Limping badly, too. We're going to try and get him out of the game.
He's still hustling on defense, but he's kind of hopping around on one leg out there. Kentucky fans on their feet in Chicago.
Nice look.
May down low, and that'll quiet the crowd momentarily.
How about that presence? Seventh Woods.
Washington inside the floater.
A lot of weapons, aren't there?
Yep. May will try three. Yes. And that'll maybe warm Luke up.
And it also has warmed Cal up. He's so upset about not being out and closing out on a shooter.
Well, they've had trouble defending the three this year, and that won't help. Luke May, though, coming to life. Raft.
You like this guy, huh? He's been around a while. Luke, big time lift. We saw that shot against Kentucky. Still playing pretty tough. Stretching a D. A tray by Luke.
Our game summary, Kentucky by 3. Reed Travis, the grad transfer from Stanford, has been the story for Kentucky with 11 points. Ashton Higgins, the starting point guard. This is when he overplayed, trying to come up with that steal, and that ankle turned right there, as you saw, and then he limped around basically on both ends of the court, went into the tunnel with Jamie in hot pursuit, and they just retaped the ankle, and hopefully he'll be able to come back out here. He is their defensive stopper, even though he's just a freshman. When they want to slow somebody down, they put number 2 on whoever it might be. And so we'll just wait and see how that ankle holds up the rest of this half.
And Emmanuel quickly, he started a little bit early in the year. That's going to be asked of him now to run the show, get people involved. Does a pretty good job driving, pumping, and getting the open look. I think you can get some back cuts against both these teams if you just extend a little bit and step and go.
Here's quickly trying to stay with White. He can't. Kobe White blows by him for his second basket.
Cookie's got to be careful. Occasionally he extends the arm on a drive.
Hero around a screen with 10 on the shot clock. Gets it back, and now he'll penetrate and drop back from 15. Came up short.
I think Johnson may have gotten a piece.
Under the 6-minute mark in a 1-point game. And Hero tried to play out on Kobe White, freshman on freshman.
He tried to be a hero.
Williams, one dish too many.
Yeah, I think he had a corner pass if he chose. Wide open was little.
Kobe White through traffic on that last trip down court. Freshman out of Goldsboro, North Carolina. And Ashton Higgins still kind of limping back to the Kentucky bench. We'll see if he comes back in or not this half.
Well, with his speed, that's a big factor.
Right. Hero on the outside. Lobs underneath to P.J. Washington.
And that's that sneaker peek. Keep the dribble alive. Look over your shoulder. If they overreact, helping, drop it.
White. Pass inside. Little missed off the window. Ball is free. Comes out quickly and ahead quickly. And the finish by Keldon Johnson.
Nice hands, too, by Johnson. Tipping it to himself. Not a bad backup point guard, huh?
Kentucky up 5. Kobe White. It's blocked by Washington. Here come the Cats. Johnson down court in traffic. And he had it rejected by Little. Johnson all the way to the rack. He's fouled en route.
That's what Johnson can do. Rebound and push it, or just push it in general on a loose ball. And this is just pretty. Draw. Get the 2 overreacting. And how about this Reed? Beautiful pass on the money deep.
So the ball on the baseline. Kobe White to inbound.
You've heard about stamina in your lifetime, haven't you?
I never had any, but I heard about
Me
it.
either. You're going to have it in the second half.
Here's White for three. That's short. Travis had the rebound and lost it, and now Higgins, who just came back in, and he returned the ankle trying to get that loose ball. Jamie?
Yeah, he was pretty uncomfortable back in that tunnel. The ankle wasn't taped before. It was on the left side. It's got a fresh tape job now. This is really his first left ankle issue he's had all season long, so he's going to try to work through this one.
And boy, he is really gimpy, don't you think?
It's hard to tell when you're young and have that much hop in your step, whether it's just because you have a hop in your step or not.
Oh, nice play, stepping in. White.
Kobe coming the other way.
Baker on the floor. Nobody
Made
protects the
wide
rim.
open, Little underneath.
Nobody spoke. No communication. And a nice read by Luke. Easy one. Baker on the floor now. A guy that Callis told, shoot the ball when you're on. Number 13 in blue.
There he is. Feeds inside.
He has been scouted. They are hugging him.
Travis turns on May. May got a piece of that. Out of bounds to Kentucky. With just under 4 minutes remaining first half. This one's not for the faint of heart. Kentucky by 3. Eastern tomorrow.
Just really didn't balance the floor in this particular play. The slide. Jamari Baker not used to it. Should protect the rim. Instead went out to guard his guy.
Higgins, baseline drive, the kick out, trying to get it out to Hero, and it's stolen by North Carolina.
Nice heads-up play.
And then they give it right back as Kobe White lost the handle.
Brandon Robinson with a really good play on the one end. Didn't take advantage.
So Kentucky with the ball and a 3-point lead. Too many turnovers by everybody, it seems, today.
Higgins really stretching that leg, that ankle. This I like.
PJ Washington, nice move around the wrap around and the flush by Reed Travis.
I love their power. Both guys, great combination inside.
Travis with 13.
Carolina great at going side to side with the basketball.
Here's Little on the outside shot. That one just died on the back of the iron. And a hustle by Higgins to come up with a loose ball.
Numbers.
Hero for 3. Got it.
Nice give back. Very unselfish.
Biggest lead for the Wildcats. White trying to work on Higgins. That's tough duty.
Right now, big trip, I think, for Carolina.
Little, I don't know if that's the shot they wanted, trying to keep it alive, and they flip it out to Baker. Ahead to Higgins. And now Travis will try a 3. Rebound, Luke May.
Not a bad look in the delay.
Brandon Robinson has to give it up.
Tough pass.
Too many passes and a loose ball in Kentucky. And finally it comes free somehow to Nasir Little.
Get in the right spot. Injury, let's see.
Quick 3 on the other end, and Carolina with a rebound.
Yeah, Robinson recovered.
And a pull-up jumper, too strong. Higgins, there's no slowing down right now.
No, not at all. Got to stop the dribble, though.
They finally turn around and take a look at their coach. He calls the play with 1:40 remaining in the half.
They worked hard on that ball screen slip.
Nice entry pass. And then just sort of a loose ball to who else?
Nice combo inside there, PJ.
They might call him old head, but right now it's his old Kentucky home for Reed Travis.
Nice.
There's the overplay by Higgins again. Ashton Higgins, and he's fouled by Kobe White.
Just a good play. Good basketball play. No need to look at the monitor. Well, he has been taking a beating, but you mentioned that denial. You've got to step and go, show the ball, particularly the length on that wing. Boy, bad leg and all, the ability to get up and down the floor, just magnificent.
Timeout with 1:17 to go first half. Kentucky has stretched it out to 8.
Got to see both. You can just see here how Luke gets caught. He just sees the ball, just an alert play as he overhelps a little bit here. Little slip pass. And what a half number 22 has had. Here, just a total breakdown. And Luke left disarmed in the low post area with nobody covering for him.
Reed Travis, 15 on 5 of 7 shooting. Ashton Haggins at the free throw line, only taken 10 free throws. Well, 12 now after shooting a couple earlier. And he's 2 out of 3 today. Coming up, AT&T at the half. Adam Clark and Seth get you caught up on all the scores and highlights from around the country. That's coming up. AT&T at the half, which is 1:17 of action from now.
And this type of play, Special K is salivating.
Oh, you know it.
Watching this. Right up his alley.
When you do games with Clark, you know that the table's going to move at some point because his knees are always moving 100 miles an hour.
He wants to get out and play.
Yeah, that was a senseless turnover. That's 2 on Kobe White where the ball just took off on him. The 9th turnover.
And he just really never got control of it, you know, looking for the defense instead of watching that ball into his hands.
A double-digit Kentucky lead and the ball with 1:16 to go in the half.
You got to remember your assignments. What does each guy do? Baker on the floor now. You know he's going to stretch it with his ability to shoot it. Hero using rubs.
Around one of those picks on the baseline and then a hold on Johnson trying to stay with Travis.
He is a tough guy to get a hold of. But lock and low is something this kid has done all his career. You just pin your guy after you make sure you're not moving on that screen.
At Stanford, over 1,400 points and over 750 rebounds. We mentioned 2-time All-Pac-12 performer now in the SEC with Kentucky and having a Kentucky-type first half.
A player from Minnie, by the way.
Yep.
He strikes a chord with you.
I think he and Jamie went to high schools that didn't like each other that much.
Oh, really?
I think so.
A little rivalry.
I can confirm that. Some would say rival high schools, but I'd say my high school is a little better at the tennis and golf, and his is better at basketball.
Aha,
yeah.
There you go.
Just to give you a little picture.
Under a minute.
A little 2 for 1 here.
May on the baseline.
That helps. You get a chance for the last one. If you're Carolina looking for a stop now, be solid.
Keep it in single digits and try to maybe get a little bit closer before the break.
And Manley on Reed, which is the toughest.
And there's the stop, but they threw it right back away.
That changes things.
Yep. John Calipari. Ashton Haggins is coming back in.
Limp and all, huh?
Yep, with 24.6 to go in the half. That little girl probably will be watching next Saturday at 5:30 Eastern. CBS Sports Network brings you more college hoops. Another doubleheader tipping off. 16th ranked Wisconsin takes on Western Kentucky. And then it's Oregon and Boise State at 7:30 next Saturday. Kentucky here with a 9-point advantage with 24.6 remaining. And looking for more before the break, the Wildcats.
A little running jump out of the timeout. A ploy used frequently by Carolina.
Let's see if number 22 gets a touch. 10 remaining. Haggins, the hero. On the baseline, threw it away.
That time.
5 seconds for North Carolina to get a shot away. So we said they wanted to keep it in single digits and maybe get it a little closer. Here's their opportunity. If they don't turn it over.
Speed dribble and find.
Kobe White. Got to hurry at the buzzer. Just off the front of the iron.
And they need him to play well the second half, I think, White.
Yep, he only had 4 in the first half. So Kentucky, led by as many as 10. They go to the locker room up by 9. And Jamie's with Coach Calipari.
Coach, what sparked in the last 3 minutes that allowed you to take that lead?
Well, we got a couple guys that play with great energy on defense. and we got to be the team that rebounds that ball and then goes. I like what we're doing offensively. We're getting the ball where we want to. Reed's been a beast. We're making some jump shots, so now let's see if we can play another 20 minutes.
All right, we'll see. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Well, he's got like 12 assists on 14 made field goals as well. End of the first half, 40-31 Kentucky. From the Windy City, we go to New York. The CBS Sports Classic is sponsored by Microsoft Surface, Jersey Mike Subs, be a sub above, and by State Farm, here to help life go right. Some of the action from the first half as we get set for the second stanza. And Kentucky, the number 19 Wildcats, with a 9-point lead over ninth-ranked North Carolina. Both these teams at the end of the season would like to have a national championship trophy. They'd play like this, maybe.
Boy, the level's amazing.
Yeah, the same amount of made field goals. The difference has been the free throw line. Really.
Yeah, no question about it. I think Carolina doesn't have that inside game. The impact, Travis Reed in particular in Washington, has been sensational. They got to counter it there.
The Buick first half statistics, you see the difference from the stripe. 2 more made three-pointers for Kentucky, and that's the difference as we check in with Jamie.
Yeah, speaking of those numbers, 10 and 1 numbers Roy Williams would want to switch. That's 10 turnovers and 1 offensive rebound. He'd want them backwards if he had that first half back. In terms of defending Reed Travis a little bit better, he said if we don't turn the ball over 30 feet from the basket, we'll be able to contain him when he streaks down the court. I asked him about the pace of play because he told me before the game they have to speed up. He said, I want to go even faster than what we went in the first half.
And Rapp thinks that this guy with the ball in his hand has to go a little bit faster and be more aggressive offensively in the second half. And that's the freshman, Kobe White.
I'm sure Roy had a dadgummit in there, too, with his team, particularly the inside defense.
Well, White tried to be aggressive and didn't pay off on that trip.
He had a little fumbleitis earlier. That time he didn't protect, didn't recognize that weak side slap.
Higgins on that bad wheel, still got the pass to Hero on the baseline. That looked like a walk, but no call, and a three-pointer goes.
Well, what a nice find, too. That's absolutely knowing the location. And you don't get back in your pay. That's the problem. If you play Carolina, you can't take a deep breath, can't congratulate one another.
That was momentarily a 13-point lead. And the three-pointer by Keldon Johnson. And Travis will try one of his own.
Look at that rebound. Didn't come up with it, Hero. Thought he had it.
Williams, deep three, fading away, too short. And everybody goes to the deck trying to come up with it. Kentucky does.
Settling deep, you got to go to the rim.
Inside, Higgins in too deep, had it blocked, got it back. The extra pass over to Hero for a triple.
Oh, that's his shot, too. What a nice look, the extra pass. Washington. They got to get Luke inside somehow. Boy, that is deep. Oh, why not? He can do it. Yeah.
Cameron Johnson.
Kamala. Goodness.
His 27th three-pointer of the year and shooting almost 50% from out there.
Well, he has had some special season for the Mendy.
They definitely needed that last shot. Here's Hero. He'll try it again, and this time short-range jumper. 8 for Tyler Hero.
He's so active without the ball. Knows
Kobe White. Oh, North Carolina had 2 guys there for the rebound, and neither got it. And Hero going the other way and score it. 10 for the freshman out of Milwaukee. Luke May for 3. Yes.
How about that nice play by White? And what had happened is they didn't run back. They thought, Hero in particular, thought he got fouled. The last one down. Well, the activity of this kid from Milwaukee is sensational. Just really knows what to do, because if you come up and hand hedge, he dumps it down. Or this is the one he thought he got hit at the end of this thing, and he ends up being the last one down. You can't just relax against Carolina at any point in the game.
It is 7th Woods now playing at the point for the Tar Heels. Around a pick, Kenny Williams, long stride up on the window, and the foul is good by Brooks.
Well, Higgins really denies on that wing. You really can't just lob that pass.
And now the Carolina fans standing as their team's back to within 6, maybe more if they get this loose ball.
Love it.
Everybody hustling.
I love it, don't you? It's not Marsh, but it sure feels like it, doesn't it, Brad?
You bet.
Yeah, terrific use of that left hand, set his guy up, present, square up, slap.
So Baker will inbound on the sideline.
With the speed both teams play, you've got to know all the matchups, too. You could end up playing a different guy each trip.
Washington with May all over him. 7 on the shot clock. Higgins looking for a screen. Nice help. Baker, three-pointer. Not this time. And the rebound, 7th Woods, if he can keep his balance, got it out to Williams. Williams, pull up.
Well, they caught a foul just on that loose ball.
It's too bad Williams is going, I had this.
That really hurt Carolina when you think of it. It's on the other side of the floor. When they call, they stop play.
So that's the 3rd foul on Higgins.
Because everybody was watching the ball. Nobody saw what happened on the other side.
Now he's got to be cautious, at least on this defensive set, before Calipari takes him out.
And another nickel dimer on the cut. Johnson.
And that's 3 on Johnson.
Yeah, they're having their problems now.
So the 2 freshman backcourt players for Kentucky who are so vital to this team both have 3 fouls.
Well, just here on the cut, you just see they get tied up. It's one of those I think you got to let go. Maybe trying to get control of the game a little bit. That squeeze box play. Kentucky just shuts it off.
Woods, entry pass to May. The give inside, ball loose, out of bounds to Kentucky.
Nice cut and a really nice catchable pass, too. Just a little slippage. And just keeping active on that curl. Nice play, but doesn't seal the deal. Well, great denial, closing it all the way out on top of the floor.
4 minutes into the second half. And 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Brooks is playing much better defense.
Travis sets a screen for Quickly. He's going to have to put a shot up. He doesn't get a shot away. Turnover. Woods going the other direction, and he's bumped.
Well, leaving your feet, nothing good can happen. Being in the right spot as well for the run out, but just not good offensive basketball by Kentucky. Anytime you leave, you pay the price.
15:45 to go. You better be in shape if you're playing for these 2 teams. Let's put it that way.
Well, you are inhaling. Hold tight. Within 6, right, Brad?
Yep.
Both ways. Counter. And then if you don't pay heed, this is why you need some depth when you play these 2 teams. Terrific out there at the end of that. I think Carolina's 13.3 time possession.
There's what everybody's playing for at the end of March Madness and the beginning of April. And between these teams, roughly 4,500 wins, 14 national crowns, 37 Final Fours. Just your average couple of basketball programs.
7th Woods on the foul line. Now he's going to have to do a good job. Wait a little bit off his game. Maybe a little blow, get him back and organized.
This is only his 13th trip to the free throw line the whole year. And he's hit half of them. Well, over half now after that one.
This kid can drive it and find, finishes at the rim.
Well, here comes the Tar Heels back to within 4. They trailed by 11 at one stage of the first half.
You jump on the ball screen, it works.
Hagen's a little short. The tip out. Hero comes free. Fresh shot clock for the Wildcats.
Anytime you run that little high five, that center with the ball screen, you are prone to a run and jump.
Travis gets a touch, cross courts it. Hero wide open triple. Got it.
And that's because Cam Johnson came to help the right thing because of the gamble.
So Hero with 13 on the game. Carolina going underneath and draw the foul from P.J. Washington.
Defensively, you can't make too many. You see the high side and the over help here by Brooks, and it ends up with Cam helping. He just can't close out enough. Terrific offense, but faulty defense. And this is Wes Unseld-like a little bit, huh?
Luke May's shoulder says hello to Emmanuel Quickley's head. Well, we talked about North Carolina not getting to the free throw line only 2 times in the first half. The third trip is an empty one for Williams, who missed that one. And he missed them both. He's a great free throw shooter, but not those two. Baker gives off to Washington. Trying to get it to Reed Travis, and they do. And his spin in the paint, the one-hand hook, no good. Cameron Johnson rebound.
Once again, Brooks has really had a good solid half defensively.
Yeah, it was all Reed Travis in that first half with 16. He hasn't scored yet.
Yeah, a little too close quarters with that pass.
Ball out of bounds. Kentucky by 7. Wednesday on CBS, join the All-Star celebration honoring Reba McEntire, Cher, Wayne Shorter, Philip Glass, and the creators of Hamilton. Gloria Estefan hosts the Kennedy Center Honors. That's Wednesday at 8, 7 Central, only CBS.
See if they go inside. Travis Reed with Manley on him now.
And a push, they did get it inside, and he drew the foul.
He's just not as good defensively. You know, that size, and power, and understanding of that low post play by Reed Travis is extraordinary.
Manley picks up the foul. Robinson comes in, and Williams goes out.
He's with the ISO. I love when he can take his guy from there, Washington.
Hero's going to backpedal and take it over May, in and out. Kept alive and score it. Reed Travis, first of the second half.
Strength, Brad.
Reed goes back out to 9.
He is tough right here, that mid-post. Got to give him room.
Luke May trying to drop to the baseline and then had to kick it back out and actually kicked it. So shot clock at 20.
Just using that ability to hold off, knowing most often it's going to bounce to that long side.
Johnson off the window.
Well, he's really trying to assert himself on this end of the floor.
10 for Cameron Johnson.
He's not looking for a shot breaker at all, not getting his feet set.
Looking for some help right now with 7 on the shot clock. Hero has a look at the shot clock on the other end to know where he's at. Gets it to P.J. Washington on the drive. Got it away just in time.
Wow. A little help from above on that one.
P.J. Washington with 8. May, baseline, too short. Travis the rebound. Kentucky looking to go back on top, double digits here at the 12.5-minute mark.
Playing a little slower, a little gassed, I think, Kentucky. They're going to execute their nice use again of the bump.
This time it doesn't go for Hero.
Over the top.
And offensive foul.
Washington knowing time and situation and getting rid of it. Because you get a formidable obstacle like that, you better throw it up pretty high.
Kobe White back in. He'll bring it up for the Tar Heels.
This is the guy that's got to spark him, I think. Dynamite getting in the lane. Can make the deep one.
Little. Cut off by Hero. Back out May for three. Off the window.
A little kiss in the Windy City.
That's a third three-pointer for Luke May.
Technical on Calipari. John. Thought I saw the signal. Let's see. No.
There is a timeout on the court.
Oh, okay. I saw the signal there. John was a little upset.
And the officials were in a discussion over there at the scorers table.
I saw a little dialogue between the officials and John.
Unless they're going to take a look at whether that was a three-pointer or not. I thought it was, if they're talking about Luke May, I thought he hit it off the window from outside the arc. Maybe that's what they're looking at. If this is the case,
well, there's no question
doubt about that. I don't know what else it would be.
No.
At any rate, we'll sort it out. We'll find out when we come back. 11:53 remaining. Raft, you were right 5 minutes ago.
First time in my life. I was like shocked. I thought I saw the signal. The only thing I could think of is John's outside the coaching box. I don't know what he's questioning, though. And here he is right here. And now as we roll it, we'll watch the tape.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw it the first time.
Wow.
And then John had a question again.
And Richard's doing a good job getting him back to the proper position. And that's a big, could be a big tournament.
Sure could. I mean, it's a 6-point game now.
2 plus the ball.
Meanwhile, Ted Valentine has finally left the scorers table and the monitor over there to come back to join the other two officials, Chris Rastatter and Pat Evans.
I'm sorry, but this is the first time really officials haven't come over in recent memory.
Yeah, they usually tell us what's going on.
Yeah. Still nobody. That is very unusual.
Again, there as you see it from the full court view.
Right.
And John Calipari still kind of in shock over it. So while Ted Valentine explains it to him, we're finally going to get back to the free throw line to Kobe White. Maybe Jamie has a better explanation for
Well,
it.
as far as I could gather, when the officials came over to the replay monitor, they wanted to see where the ball was coming up the court when the technical was called in order to place the ball when it comes in bounds now for North Carolina. So they decided it's on this end line, and they're going to be able to move the ball based on the three that was made, or the free throws that were just made. So that's just, he just wanted to see where the ball was when the tee was called, where to place it on the out of bounds.
Well, that's a lot of real estate for 10 minutes of our life we'll never get back, but it's all right. They got it the way they wanted it.
Nice back cut there. This might be a better match now. May on Travis Reed. Travis.
There he is underneath, and he's fouled by May.
Well, that's two tough guys going at one another. Reed with some interior strength, just a little bit of a delay on that denial. Boy, that's one of those play-ons I thought, too.
240 pounders, button heads, and at the free throw line, looking for his 19th point and getting it is Reed Travis.
Two tough guys in that box area.
Travis with 20.
And Brendan Huffman on the floor now. Great size. Could be an advantage defensively with some shot blocking.
May triple team. Here's the same matchup going the other direction and a walk.
He sure did. That's good defense. Once again, Reed Travis answering the bell on both ends of the floor. You see, watch, he shuffles those feet. And that's what good defense does.
Ashton Higgins, the entry pass. Down inside. Richard turnaround with a hook.
Boy, what a welcome sight that is. He has been working on that.
May back up inside. Going to go to the free throw line. Foul will be on Richards.
Well, you better come strong for this Kentucky team. And keeping it in play a la Bill Russell as well if you want to get a run out. But this time, a little head and shoulder. Bang. Ooh. Feathery delivery by the big fella.
First points by the Kentucky bench in the game.
Interesting.
And Alec May at the free throw line. 80% free throw shooter, but not that time. Preseason All-American. The only ACC player averaging a double-double, Luke May, and a lot of people think he's, because of that, he's kind of pushing and trying too hard, you know?
Yeah, you know, we heard some of the people saying that, yeah, preseason player of the year. He's just a really solid player.
Well, think about it. He was a walk-on, and now he's the star.
Exactly.
Star on the 9th-ranked team in the country. That's saying something.
And will be forever chronicle, a little 2-3 zone in the history of Carolina lore.
On that shot against Kentucky that sent him on to the Final Four in the national championship. There's a runner and a floater by Keldon Johnson. He's got 12. Reigning SEC Freshman of the Week. Coming off a 24-point game in his last outing, and he's halfway to that right now, and we're almost at the halfway point of this second half as Cameron Johnson buries his second three of this half.
Undeterred. See, this talented Kentucky team, they find on their own spots where they can dominate. So Johnson earlier, nice flash here again.
Higgins going to get it out to Hero. Hero got his man in the air, kicks it back to his fellow freshman. All the way around, 3 freshmen, but no three-pointer.
Oh,
and
nice
the
hands.
steal by Higgins.
What an amazing guy, jumping passing lanes.
He has just got a feel for playing defense.
He does. He's pretty spry, too, after that little
ankle deal.
Yeah, in the first half.
Nice cut and the feed inside, and Travis couldn't finish. Kobe White brings it back. Johnson, 3 en route. And Travis with a rebound.
Just corrals it. Don't get back.
Hero, triple. Nope. Cameron Johnson. Here we go up and down the floor again. Kenny Williams drives on Travis. Doesn't get it. And they're still playing.
How about that? Great defense upright. I like the wall up and the good officiating, too. How about this effort? Well, he's got a couple feet behind that 3 if they were questioning that one.
9 minutes and change, 7-point Kentucky lead. And now the chance of go big blue from the Wildcat fans.
You've heard that a few times in your lifetime?
Quite a few times, especially gets loud at Rupp. Nice spin by Travis, and he drew the foul from Brooks.
Well, he is a load because if he can bring you away at size, can explode off the bounce, make a 3, and then he can post up. This is just great strength, too. He just brings an air of dignity to this team, doesn't he, up front?
He does.
Poise.
And the leadership that Jamie talked about. Higgins found a little avenue. Gets it back to Travis, and it's stripped on the way up by Little. Out of bounds.
Hit that elbow. Little pinch post action, almost like the was played here by the Chicago Bulls. What was that kid's name there? Number 23.
He was pretty good. 4 to shoot. Higgins. Washington. 1 extra pass. Good up for 3.
Don't leave him alone. Number 3 can drill it. Nice find on the wing.
Talk about using the entire clock and then burying a triple and a double-digit lead for Kentucky. Does Carolina have an answer?
Nice pump.
Their three's off the mark, kept alive. Johnson with a second chance.
He's the scorer, that kid. He knows, feels and reads.
15 for Cameron Johnson.
Didn't waste any time with that knockdown.
8 minutes to go in an 8-point game. Johnson, heat check. The other side, got it.
Wow.
White inside, the extra pass to Williams. White for three, got it. We're heating up United Center.
Sure are. Lukewarm in this building. Stay at home on Johnson, folks. Kenny Williams with the task now.
Baker and Higgins and 7 on the shot clock. They used all their clock and got a 3 last time. Will they do it again? Not going to get it away.
No, just a fumble cost them.
He was ready to throw another one up there, but he mishandled it with 7:04 to go, and that gives Carolina a chance. But the last 2 threes by number 3 has given the Wildcats the lead they have right now. The CBS Sports Classic is sponsored by Progressive. Get slam dunk savings today. Visit progressive.com. Sonic. This is how you Sonic. And by Buick, proud partner of the NCAA. The Christmas lights of Chicago. You know, they haven't even had an inch of snow in the month of December in Chicago already? That's crazy. AT&T, fast analysis. Quickly take it, Mike.
Well, this guy, 7 assists. BJ with some great looks, some understanding of how to play both ends of the floor. Just giving of oneself, and they got some talent. They're recognizing time and situation with the finish, but he gets that ball on that elbow. He makes terrific looks and finds.
P.J. Washington, who flirted with the NBA last year and decided to come back and actually ran into and met Reed Travis up working out with the Timberwolves. Little did they know they were going to end up being teammates, as Reed Travis with a grad transfer from Stanford here to Kentucky.
First time they've slipped Cam into the low box area with a diagonal screen.
Williams slipped, but he was pushed.
A good hero, I think, on that little small change.
That's Tyler Hero's second foul.
Got to make free throws, though, if you want to crawl back into games.
And Kenny was 15 of 18 coming in for 83%, missed his last 2. Not that one.
Well, if he could go from streaky to really consistent with the deep shot,
right?
What a factor he could be for Carolina.
On top of the fact that he is averaging basically a career high 5 assists a game, too.
There's a lot of nice things for this club.
No doubt. And the nice thing Roy Williams is looking at is they cut the lead back to 6.
And Kenny has got Johnson, so he's got to recognize, stay at home.
Higgins kicks it back out. Hero pull up from 15 on the elbow. Rimmed it out.
Nice steal again by that
Higgins, another steal.
He's amazing. Woo. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods.
Gatorade Player of the Year in Georgia last year. That nice steal in the Gatorade. Kick out. Washington, top of the circle. Got it.
How many spots they can burn you. Presence by Reed on the kick out.
Carolina keeps pushing and Kentucky keeps pushing back. Under 6 to go.
Again, here he is.
Higgins, this time he's going to keep it himself.
Extraordinary. his resiliency with that ankle, his competitiveness.
Cameron Johnson found himself way out on the baseline, had to bring it on top to Williams. Now gets it back, and he'll try a shot. It's blocked, but it's a foul. Keldon Johnson got him on the hand.
You started the game talking about his denial on the wing, right? Higgins, this kid is all over. A little piece, if it's for free, it's for him. And just the kick out set up by excellent anticipation defensively.
And there's another pickpocket job, and he says, I'm going to just keep this one myself.
How about that?
Johnson gets the first to cut it back to a 10-point lead. Hero comes out, and let's see who's coming in. I thought Keldon Johnson was coming out. He is. Hero will stay in. Keldon Johnson has 4 fouls, by the way. That's why he's sitting. Johnson rips both. 71-62 with 5.5 to go. Travis asking for the guy.
Well, he said he backed him in and sealed him. John Calipari's got to be careful, though. Extended that arm is what they're saying. But let's see. Oh, yeah, he's got it right around his back. Yeah, he did it.
As you said, John's got to be careful. He's only had one technical. Not happy with that call at all. It gives North Carolina a little more life here. The 5-minute mark approaching. Williams on a baseline jumper.
Tough angle. That corner jumper going the other way over the top.
Going to be on Luke May.
If you're not accustomed to that 10-footer, that is a difficult shot.
That's 4 on Luke May.
Now you look at this game, there's so many answers on the Kentucky side.
Yeah.
You're relying on a couple of individuals for Carolina. Everybody can burn you.
Just when you think you've seen enough of Keldon Johnson, all of a sudden T.J. Washington pops out next one.
Exactly. Heroes had some great looks. Look at his back cut. He's so good without the ball. He's so good without the ball.
Well, he's probably a hero in everybody's mind except in Madison, Wisconsin, where he's committed to the Badgers for a long time.
Very good point. Nice slip.
Underneath and a foul on Travis.
Well, you overextend, and of course, Carolina's so good at that. A little step and go. Nice and easy. Really understands the shot at the rim, and it's all about footwork. Dribble at a guy, see where Cam's strength or length is. If he's over the top with balance, step and go.
And that was Stuart Garrison Brooks, the sophomore. If he can complete the 3-point play, yes, he can. Keldon Johnson comes right back in.
When you do play Kentucky, you're so vulnerable inside because you got the power game and you got the perimeter game. If you overhelp or extend,
a little one-man pressure from Kobe White on Ashton Higgins. Higgins doesn't get too flustered, does he?
No. In a way, you can see why he's got so many minutes.
Trying to get it into Travis, tried too hard, turned it over.
And a pretty good denial inside by Brooks as well, helped. Well, bad gamble.
Devin Woods out of control that whole time.
Numbers.
Johnson on the other wing, lay it on in. Back to 10 for the Wildcats, and last touch by Woods out of bounds.
And what a play by Keldon Johnson. Didn't count the house, got himself back, got the passing lane. Just an extraordinary effort. They are relentless.
Double-digit lead, courtesy of that one. On a 10. What's going through Roy's mind right here, Raph? He's down 10 with less than 4 to go.
Obviously, they got to create some stimulus from the defensive end and maybe get some easier opportunities. Conversely, it's been difficult because it's outstanding Kentucky defense. So you need White to do some damage, maybe get in the lane, see if they can get Cam going a little bit. And also, when you think of how important Luke May is, get him some position shots, particularly about that 10-foot post-up.
There's the old guy and the young guy comparison right there, each with 20.
Solid.
Kentucky gets it in the hands of their point guard, Ashton Higgins. Working against Kobe White. They come out to try to trap. And
the cylinder was violated. You've done that to me frequently.
that might be it if it's Luke May. Now that's only his 4th.
Got to be ready every time there's a timeout, a little wrinkle.
So that's 4 on Luke May.
I don't know about that either. Goodness.
Travis Johnson. They work it back on top to utilize a little clock here. 10 on the shot clock. Higgins gets by White. He's going to do it himself, but he missed in close.
And he got a piece of that, almost got a steal.
Now can Carolina find some offense here as we approach 3 minutes?
7th Woods can drive it, see if they can get in the lane or at least manufacture something inside.
Dribble though.
Yeah.
Now he's driving.
And
first layup.
Very good.
Called it.
Come on, 7th.
That's his first field goal.
Cal's been in so many of these games in his lifetime. They just know how to milk. And the talent level can make plays. Stepped out.
Stepped on the sideline.
And 7th Woods is the guy, he denied it all the way out, caused him to catch the basketball near that sideline.
Hero came out and backpedaled right
with the heel.
Steal.
Got to get smaller shoes.
Or stay on your toes.
Good point.
Cameron Johnson working way out on top. He's going to take a deep 3.
That's a settle.
P.J. Washington with a rebound. Closing in on 2 minutes. With Kentucky still up 8. Kentucky working with 3 freshmen on the court. Keep in mind, Higgins, Hero, and Johnson.
Nice
Johnson backdoor cut. And he's going to go to the free throw line.
Well, they've done a nice job on this side of the floor with that step and go. Yeah, just a real good feel. And foul given up at the end of that particular play, but it's all set up by dribbling at a guy. They're on top, step and go.
15. Excuse me, Johnson's got more than us. Heroes with 15.
This kid is really a keeper.
20 for Keldon right now.
Yeah, talented performer.
SEC Freshman of the Week. Went 8 out of 9 from the floor against Utah for his 24.
Well, they'll be able to spread the wealth with those honors, I think, in that conference. But this time, different guys can step up on Kentucky.
And John Calipari is talking to us about, man, wait until you get into conference play. This is this top conference meeting. The SEC is getting tougher all the time. Auburn's good. Tennessee's good. Mississippi State's good.
You're right.
I'm probably forgetting
Auburn.
People. Auburn.
Yeah.
Luke May, long 3. The long rebound comes off to Higgins. Kentucky fans starting to feel it, even though we still got a minute and a half left. And it goes back to 7th Woods on the turnover. And then he lost it. And he's saying, that's on me. And it was.
A little fumbleitis a few times for Carolina. This is an opportunity 2-on-1. You got to convert this. That's important. You get your press set up. They're probably getting a little too deep without a decision. Forgot the luggage. That's happened to us on occasion. Now, this guy just puts together year in a year on such a solid program. Class act. Got a re-up, a little extension on the contract. I don't know where to go during the holidays.
There's a look to see who touched the ball last.
I thought it may have been off the Kentucky leg. Yeah, I think so.
Right there. Yeah. Or Baker's hand or leg. Looks to be North Carolina ball. There's Baker trying to stretch out and hit his leg and his hand, and then it never touched Woods again. Getting back to Roy Williams, we said when he walked into practice, I said, Roy, an extension on a contract, you could be around forever? And somebody yelled behind me, we hope so. Contract extension through 2028. And he said, you know, I signed that thing about 4 months ago. I thought it was announced then. He said, all of a sudden, it's big news this week. And then he told us that he's only written about 5 checks in his life. He said, my wife might be wealthy. I have no idea. I don't write the checks.
And the only time he writes a check is for a golf
tournament.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Kobe White got up in the air and lost the handle.
Look at this scrappy play by Kentucky right to the end. Oh, they matched the speed and the stamina. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Of Carolina, which is renowned.
You know, after that early season loss when they got blown out by Duke, 118 to 84, everybody said, well, gee, what's wrong with Kentucky? I'd say they look pretty good. I think they've survived that, gotten over that. They got kicked in the face, as Coach Calipari said to us, as Kenny Williams with a steal and a layup. But Kentucky en route to what looks like their 9th win of the year, although one is not over yet. 77-69 with the timeout. Just under a minute to go. Kenny Williams with the steal and the lay-in is making a single-digit game at this point. Kentucky with a couple more threes, especially courtesy of Keldon Johnson, and that's about the difference in the game so far. And Kentucky, we talked about North Carolina having something old, something new, something borrowed, something Kentucky blue. It was Reed Travis, the old man, and here's the young gun, Keldon Johnson.
Both of them, they really beat you in a couple of different ways. The banging low or the ability to step out and convert this type of shot. So terrific looking prospect that kid is.
There's some backcourt pressure from Carolina. And almost a steal by White.
They got one little shot there, yeah.
Kenny Williams is going to pick up the foul.
You can't hurt this guy. You always talk about being strong with the ball. And watch this when they attack him. This is being tough and physical. Hold on to that, baby.
Can't imagine him playing quarterback, but he was an excellent football player, and he was recruited as a quarterback. I know the Gophers wanted him in Minnesota to stay. So, two-sport star. Today, that's about the only thing he's done wrong, Mr. Free throw.
There's that little... Yeah, I thought they'd double.
And Keldon Johnson got a timeout call, I think. He did. We'll take a break. 46 seconds remaining. Kentucky 77-69. Keldon Johnson at the free throw line. They called a foul before Keldon Johnson could get the timeout call. That's why he's at the free throw line.
And they wiped it out. Knox-like, isn't he? The ability to shoot the ball.
Second one comes out. Carolina's got to hurry. Woods puts it up and got it in and one.
A little continuation. They're not going away. They never do.
And Keldon Johnson with the foul. That's going to be 5 on him.
Well, they're doing a much better job attacking in this last couple of minutes. So you find so many things out as the season progresses. That 7th Woods, all of a sudden, they can play together, maybe he and White.
Maybe.
You know, it's just another advantage. They got to get Little to come along, Park to come along.
Keldon Johnson fouls out with 23 points.
Well, although Brooks played really good defense, I thought they just don't have that guy at the rim that can, where they can overextend and have a presentation there.
So a big free throw coming up, trying to make it a 3-point play for Woods. And a 2-possession game. And he got it. Here you go, down to 6 again.
And double the inbounder.
Hero. Williams trying to track him down. He almost walked with it, but a foul in the backcourt on Kobe White.
Nice to have a couple of handlers out there too. Hero. Guy shoots 85%. You may have been right, too. I thought he got a little...
He had a little hop and a step. And anyway, he's going to the free throw line, where he's 17 of 20 on the season. And thus the 85% Raph was talking about.
Big high side on this kid, too. He had a couple of open shots. You know he's going to make them as he really messes in there.
The door is still open for Carolina.
Got to go quick. Little drag screen early.
May, deep three. Off the front of the iron. Who's going to get the rebound? Kentucky's got it.
They got a foul. And push out of bounds. I don't know why. This is one of those, you got to go to the rim, see if you can get to the foul line or get an easy one. Well, committed quickly to that long shot, Luke.
Luke might be thinking, remember the last time I played these guys, I hit a pretty big shot. Let me try one here.
I think it was that side of the floor, too.
So Manuel quickly at the free throw line. That is his first points.
Quickly ran out of blue shirts to slap 5 to. Did you see that? He was
nobody else on the lane. And he got them both. His first 2 points of the game for the freshman. And now Higgins almost had another steal, but he threw it right back in to Carolina. Time is of the essence, and he comes and gets another. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, just amazing. From beginning of the game, when you mentioned that length on the wing.
This kid is going to be a fan favorite in Lexington, I can guarantee you.
He does not give up on a play.
Pushing him around. Ashton Higgins with 15 seconds left. He has been some kind of gritty defender today and floor general as well. And Kentucky's 15 seconds away from their 9th win of the year. We'll see if North Carolina's going to foul in a hurry on Hero. They're going to back away. And
pretty impressive, huh?
It really was. They're trying to chase down quickly, and they're not doing it quickly enough. Think of this. This is the first time North Carolina has lost 3 games this early in the season since the last time Kentucky beat them to hand them a 3rd loss before the holidays. They do it again.
Solid performance by Kentucky from beginning to end.
And had the game gone the other way, it would have been the exact opposite. Whoever was going to lose the 3rd game, it's the other program that would have handed it to them this time in December. 80-72 the final for the Cats from Lexington to go to 9-2, and the Tar Heels drop to 8-3. And so Kentucky, I'm sure next week, will rise up from that number 19 ranking, and the Tar Heels might slip a little bit, but they're both quality teams that we're going to see in March, and who knows, maybe beyond. And Luke May with a hug from Coach Calipari.
Remember what
Kid,
you did
to
me
us last time. We got you back. And let's check in with Jamie.
Coach, you told us yesterday there was a bit of a bad taste in some people's mouths about that Duke loss at the beginning of the season. What did you prove today with this one?
We didn't prove anything. No, what I'm saying is everybody, one loss became the season's over. And this is a process. We play young people, except I have a beast now, which I haven't had, and we're getting together on how we're playing. We're figuring out. Guys are in roles right now. And it's just getting them to defend and fight, and proud of these guys. This is a tough one. We lost a fadeaway 3 into the seats up at Seton Hall, and they played great, by the way, but this was a good win.
All right, Coach, thank you. I'm going to talk to the beast right here. Reed, this was your first taste of Kentucky, North Carolina basketball. How did that one go?
I loved it. I loved it. It was competitive both ways. First 4 minutes, we were flying up and down the court, getting steals, getting points. So it was just 2 high-level programs going against each other, and I'm glad we came out to win.
We talked about how your game and your leadership has had to blend into this team. Today in particular, how did your game really impact this win?
I felt I just needed to come out aggressive at the start, and I think I got some easy ones to go and really just keep us in the game. And then towards the stretch, guys like Keldon, PJ, Tyler came up big-time shots. Ashton big on the defensive end. So just letting them step in. I mean, they were leading themselves. This is the first game I really felt that it was a collective team effort as far as us yelling at each other, leading, and really just digging in and trying to get the win.
And you check this one off your Christmas list. Thanks.
I love it. Yep.
Big win for Kentucky, and as John Calipari says, it's a process. Funny, Nick Saban's a pretty good coach, and he uses that same word. Isn't that amazing?
When that kid matures, he's going to be something.
Yeah, when he grows up, he's really going to be something else. That's going to end it. 80-72. Kentucky goes to 9-2 on the season. For Bill Raftery and Jamie Iredall, Brad Nessler saying so long from Chicago. Cats win it. Coming up next, it's Inside College Basketball presented by Progressive Insurance. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports. We'll send you Adam Zucker and the guys in New York right after these messages. So long from Chicago.